Hello and welcome to Stone Over Mod Railway. I'm Mark. Just quite apologise to everyone for not having a video out and all that for a while. I've had overtime at work, so I've taken it while I can just to get a bit of extra spare cash, because obviously most people need a bit of spare cash these days. So yeah, I haven't had the time to work on all that. So I do apologise, because obviously it's been lack of content. Anyway, I've done some work on all that recently, so I've got enough now for a new video, which today will be about the assembly and completion of the tunnel portal, and also there's a new static grass applicator which has arrived recently from WWS, that's WWSCENICS. So Captain Static was rather happy, and he's done some more work on a little bit of work on that as well to complete a bit more of the landscaping. So without further ado and without too much more waffle, we'll go to the video. Right, so as you can see, well, hopefully you can see, I don't know, because I've got a load of reflections on my screen and I don't know how light it's coming out. I'll try and stop moving about. Bear in mind, let the camera adjust, because obviously the light's coming straight in from a window straight at the tunnel. But yeah, I've finally got the tunnel portal assembled and finished now. So obviously the buttresses are on, the rising walls are on. On the top I put some capping stones across the buttresses there, and on there it's really made it look like concrete. Unfortunately, what I did, I painted them, not unfortunately, but I painted them first, saving some hassle and weathering them down. But obviously the gap there shows a little bit, so really what I should have done is filled it in first and then painted the top after, and just painted the top, and then, rather than paint it all up top and bottom and weather it. I should have, as I say, really painted it just bottom first and then stay on and paint the top, but I didn't want to get paint everywhere, so I've done that. I can always fill it in anyway. Hopefully I can find it, probably fill in a little bit of filler and go back over it again. But yeah, anyway, this is to give you a general idea of what it looks like. So hopefully this is coming out. I can't see on the screen, you can't see the reflection of myself and darkness because the light's coming in, but hopefully you can see that anyway. I'll try and go down there so you can get a look like there. But that's pretty much finished off for you. You'll notice the tunnel top's missing as well. I'll put that back on in a sec. Right, so as you can see, I've put the tunnel top back on. This tunnel top is actually very slightly different, so it's actually yet another one I've done, again made out of and carved out of the old insulation board, and painted up with the acrylic burnt umber. So I'll show you that now. Hopefully you won't see that. Excuse me, penning around, but yeah, it's the plain. So it comes in a tube, acrylic paint from the works. It's burnt umber. Probably can't see much of the tube because of the light and fuss. Fact, it's got a load of paint all over for it from the last time I used it. But yeah, so that's all I've done. Same as like I've done here, and everywhere else was brown. The board, it's just a burnt umber. But yeah, I wasn't quite happy with the shape of it. It was more or less okay, but it didn't quite go over to the corner here. So I've redone it again and made it sure that it matches up to the tunnel portal better, what's up there better. So yeah, I've redone that. I'll quickly go down there. Sorry about all this moving around. Hopefully you can see this in the light. So there you go, there you get a better idea of what it looked like. I've done lots of mumming and ahhing on this. I did put a community post up about a little while ago about whether to put, some form of bridge or a viaduct across here, a narrow one, so you could allow traffic on and off, mainly farm traffic. But I've decided in the end it's not going to suit it. And it'll spoil the view around to the turntable and that. So what I'm going to do, I shall probably just cover the tunnel top up with an earth turf from WWSCENICS and then the static grass on top. But I'll show you what I'm doing with that in the second part, and you'll see it come alive. But yeah, so that's that for now, and hopefully we're on to the next part shortly. Right, so as you can see, we're now on the next day. I've actually covered the tunnel top in some WWSCENICS fine turf earth colour, T42. I'll just show you that on the camera. Excuse hands. There we go. So that's what I've used to cover the top of the tunnel top. Just thought it'll give it a bit of depth for underneath, as well as the brown and filling any of the little holes on there. So I'm going to static grass it now. So what I'll do, I'll probably do the base layer, the 2mm spring grass off camera, and then I'll probably show you the bits of processes where I'll layer it up with the 4mm and 6mm grass afterwards. Right, so here we are back at the layout, and as you can see, I've now completely grassed over the tunnel top. Hopefully this is coming out on the video. As I said before, where the layer on the L-shaped bit is right, and the fiddle yard is right next to the window. Obviously you're getting light in, so you'll probably get shadows and that, and you might not get the correct seeing of this, because it might probably affect the white balance, etc, etc. But anyway, yeah, so here it is in place on the top of the tunnel, and as you can see, obviously the tunnel portal is complete now and done. So there you go, this is what it looks like. Try and go down a bit so you get a view like that. I think it blends in fairly well. Now excuse the noise of the boiler, because the wife's just running some hot water and put the boiler on, even though I just asked her not to. But yeah, anyway, I've got to watch the signal here because it's slightly to my left and I don't want to knock it. So I'll try and give you a view with the tunnel top one above the tunnel portal. Yeah, I think it mixes in pretty well, matches in pretty well. You might get a slight variation, but then you would in real life. But I quite like it. Go over there a bit for you so you can generally see, come back a bit. So there you go, obviously you can see that. That's all done. Oops, I've just knocked something off, more about in a minute. So yeah, I'll just swing around here so you can see the top. Obviously you have to excuse the back here. Where's my finger on the side, because obviously I haven't, even though it's got grass on it, I haven't done much on it as much as what I've done on the rest of it, because obviously you won't in general see this view. But I just thought I'd show you that. So there you go, look, try and get it looking down across the top of the tunnel top so you can see it there. And if we go around to the side, step back a bit, down a bit, there you go, it's from the side. Obviously the small patch here, but by the time I've put some bushes and lichen and all that on it, etc., that should disguise that little jump down a little bit. I may even use my small Pro precision applicator to put a little bit of grass on there just to tie that in and match up a bit, but we'll see. It mainly matches, say, you can see the gap there, but it's removable. I can't do a lot about that, but say, you got some briar patches and all that on there, it should disguise it a little bit more and look better. So there you go, it's all in. Right, so this is Captain Static here. As you can see, I've now actually got a, well, say new toy, it's not a new toy, it's a new static grass applicator to play with. As you can see on the box, it's from WWSCENICS, or WWS for short. I purchased this mainly because it's got, as you can see on the box there, interchangeable heads. And although I've got their Pro Box precision applicator, and that one only comes with the small header shown on this box there. The only problem with that is obviously the lead is attached to a box, so although it's portable, it's not quite as portable as this one's going to be, as far as I can tell. But as I say, yeah, I thought I'd try it. I did purchase it myself. This is not being given to me for review by WWS or given to me as a freebie and say I purchased this out of my own money. But I thought I'd give it a try because it's got the two interchangeable heads there. And again, I should be able to get into smaller areas with it, but it means I'm not tied to a box, so it works the same way as their other bigger applicators like the ProGrass micro applicator and the Engage applicator, and their bigger one, which I can't remember the name of it is now. Sorry, Martin and the guys at WWS, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it works the same principle. Them, so without the box, hopefully it'll be more portable and make it easier things to do. I'll quickly show you the box. So you can, hopefully you can see that. It's in focus. So what you get is you get the detailed applicator, the two heads, an instruction sheet. Obviously a battery isn't included. It takes a 9-volt battery like all their other applicators, but they're not too bad to buy. I've got a spare one, so I'll just swap between the two. And obviously there's a guide there on the back of how to do use a static grass applicator and how to in fact do static grassing in general. So that should give you a good guide there. So if you want to pause the video, ladies and gents, you'll be able to see the WWS guide to doing it. And obviously that side of the box just shows a range of products. Right, if you give me a minute, I'll unbox it for you. Right, so as you can see, I've just unpacked the box. So what you get, like I said, is the main instruction leaflet there to tell you how it works and cleaning. So a couple of safety tips as well and technical data. It's in multiple languages, so obviously got some more languages on the back there. This is the main applicator itself, quite nice and light. You got obviously the main on-off switch there. Oops, sorry, the main off switch there, and the little clip lead there. As WWS say, and I always say to you, you do not need to clip this to a pin stuck in the board or nailed in the board at all. It doesn't have to be attached. In fact, what I will probably do is elastic bound it, unwind it from the top and elastic bound it so it's around the bottom there, so it's near. It just needs to be near the head. You can hold it below the head, because all that does is it creates a negative end, so you get negative charge from that, so it goes into the grass, then falls out, and it's attracted to the clip, so it lands down straight. So that's all it's for. You do not need, as it's quite clear, it says in instructions, to clip it to a nail in the board, which is either stuck in there or touch the board with it. You just need to hold it or elastic band it below whichever head you're using to do the grass. And say, before I forget, yeah, I won't show you this because I can't hold the camera and do this, but yeah, in fact I will do. I'll put the camera down. Hopefully you'll see this, guys. Just undo the top. There we go. And as you can see, the battery, you got the little battery clip there for the 9-volt battery, and that attaches obviously to there. Make sure you get the positive and negative right. So that's where you put your battery in, because it's battery powered. And then, as I say, just move that forward a bit. Move that into shot. There you go. You got your two heads there. I've not opened this, but I'll try and show it around. So there you go. There's a better view, because I ain't even got this out of the packet yet. That's why I'm seeing it, although this is on a unclip. So in fact, what I'll do, I'll undo the bag for you. There you go. So you get your larger head there with a finer mesh. So it's recommended to use 1 to 6 mil with the grass. So you've got a nice size sieve there, and it's a bigger hopper, so obviously you would cover it over like that and fill your grass up in there to about halfway as usual, maybe 3/4 at most. So you've got to obviously the chance for the grass to move around and get the charge in. And obviously, as I say as well, you get your little head there, so you can do even smaller areas with it and tiny bits. You can do, you know, if you didn't want to make up tufts on paper, you could actually make the small bits of in between grass up the border, between your tracks, wherever. Or obviously, if you're wall gaming, you make up your field. All depends what you use it for, because obviously you can use it for that as well, not just railway work, any modelling work which involves the grass. So there you go. So that's what you get. As I said, I've not actually used this yet, but I do intend to use it in anger and layout soon. But I just thought I'd show it so you could see. May or may not include it in the video I'm going to make, but I just thought you guys would like to see it anyway. Right, ladies and gents, I just thought I'd have a quick go with the new WWS Pro Grass Detailer static grass applicator what I've just purchased. As you can see, obviously I've taken the embankment out and the tunnel portal off and the tunnel top off, and hopefully prepare myself what I need. As you can also see, I've painted a road round on here very roughly. It's not the best road. I'm not that good at painting, especially keeping my hands straight. I've hoovered it off. I was going to put some form of bridge across between the tunnel top, on top of the embankment, and down here to either another embankment or put a viaduct in or something, but I just couldn't get it to work. So big apologies to my good friend Alan at Buckland Junction. Hey, that's what you wanted me to do, and I did. I know I told you I seriously did think about doing it, but I just couldn't get it to work. Couldn't seem to fit it in. So it just didn't look right. So what I've done, I've decided to just have a road here going off scene from the dairy straight creamery. So it's there. What I've done is I painted that with some round match worn tarmac acrylic paint, and then I just went over the top with some Humroll dark grey enamel wash. I just dabbed it off with some kitchen towel to try and thin it out a bit to make it a road. So I think I'm settled with that, especially it's going to look more natural. So what I'm going to do anyway, without going on too much, I'll now hopefully show you static grassing with the new applicator. Right, okay. So I've just filled in all the areas I wanted to with the WWS 2mm spring grass. It's a basing grass. Obviously I use their basing glue as well, and obviously I use the applicator with the 2mm spring basing grass. Hopefully you can see that it's standing up. I'll just try and move the camera. It's very hard to see 2mm because it's so short, but hopefully, yeah, you can see that it is now standing up. And control there. So yeah, I think it does well with a 2mm. It does seem to go through the head. That's the big head what I've been using, slightly quick. So the holes the mesh could be doing a bit finer for the 2mm, but then you probably won't get the 4 and 6mm through, so you've got to have a compromise, but not a bad result. There is a couple of odd patches, ones you can see here, way there and there is actually that's where screw holes are, so I can't avoid that until I go over, but I'm going to go over some 4 and 6mm WWS static grass anyway as well, so you'll see that. I'll come back to you on that, and obviously there's a small patch there. I'll go over that with a layer and spray and layer because obviously I didn't quite get the glue right, the basing glue quite right there. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that so far, and how that is working. So I'll put some different layers of 4mm on, and I'll get back to you afterwards. Right, so here we are a little while later. I've actually put some WWS 6mm autumn static grass on there as well, which you should be able to pick out. I left filming that because we've got a cordless vacuum cleaner, and it was running out of charge, so I had to keep going down to charge up to try and clear up some of the mess. So hence why you're going to see bits of static grass around, because the Hoover won't pick them up because run out of charge. I'm fed up. I keep going up and down the stairs to put it on charge, so I've just left it for now and hoovered off what I can. As you can see, I think if I get down a little bit, it looks quite good. You can see, or you should be able to see, that it's mainly standing up. There's probably some odd flat bits. Unfortunately, it seems to get that with static grass anyway. And obviously, you've got to let the glue dry. It says on the instructions on the back of the Pro Grass Detailer static grass applicator that you can don't wait for the basing glue and dry, just build up the layers, which is what I normally do with the layering there at WWS static grass layering spray. And I hoover up as I go along, try and leave it to dry off a little bit in between. But it does sound that the glue takes 4 hours to dry overall, so yeah, I normally leave it overnight if I can, and then it stops, and any white blobs of glue normally go clear, because you're afraid you get a little bit of them. But as you can see, overall I think it's made a pretty good job. I think it slightly struggled with the 6mm grass because it balled up a bit, but then the 6mm grass does that in general anyway. So that's no disrespect to the guys at WWS. That's Martin, Mark, the two founders, obviously, all the other staff who work there. It's a good company. I would definitely use again, and best of all, the stuff is made in Britain. In fact, I think it's made in Wales. That's certainly where they're based. And they've just moved to a new facility there. So please, guys, if you want static grass, please do consider their range of applicators and static grass and glues. As I said earlier, I'm not paid by them for this review. I brought all the stuff myself out of my own money. You know, Martin is not giving me it for free. I brought it out of my money, and I use it because I just genuinely like to use it. I find it's good stuff. and basically does what it says on the tin. So yeah, I would recommend the ProGrass Detail Static Grass Applicator. Probably best on small areas like I've done. Probably works slightly better with the 4mm grass overall, but yeah, I think it's worth the investment. I actually pay less for what it is on the retail price on the site, mainly because WWS recently had a sale, and they was offering 20% off. And as I've done a bit of overtime recently, I took up their offer. They've also got a loyalty scheme where they give you seeds. Depending on what you purchase, you get a certain amount of seeds. Well, I saved some of them up. They're valid a year. I'd say something outside another £10 off. So I think I paid about £49 for that applicator. I did get a couple of static grasses as well, just to top up. But yeah, it certainly was good value for money with a discount. But even if it isn't, it might be worth saving up if you need it to do details like this, or if you can't afford it, but you can afford one. If you can, just save up for the WWS ProGrass Microstatic Applicator. Their products are well worth it. So I'll just leave that there for you. Just quickly, guys and girls, just a final view with the embankment back in place and the tunnel wall back in place and the tunnel top back in place. Just try and do this steady and give you a general view of what that looks like now. As you see, obviously I've got to hoover up and tidy up, and obviously I'm going to now have to put some fencing around here, some possibly some bits of lichen, some briar patch, wildflowers, that sort of stuff. I'm going to put that on there, and obviously at some point I've got to sort this out to make it join up and look a bit better. But that's another project for another time. Oh, I didn't put the walls back on here, did I? I'll quickly put these back. I'm going to have to move these anyway because it might stand up now. Excuse the fingers. Hopefully she'll stand up, the wall stand up. Oh, I'm having trouble now, guys and girls, bear with me. Oh dear, I've made a boo-boo there. I think there's a bit of grass, excuse me, I'm just trying to scrape a bit of grass away. I'll have to come back and do this later when I'm not trying to hold the camera and the wall and put a wall up, because it's peeing me off a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to tidy that up, guys, but I'll just put the walls back in place temporarily. There you go, so get back down there. So there you go, that's what it looks like now with the walls back in place for the greenery. It's not straight because I've knocked it about, but yeah, try and get around there so you can see a bit more sort of eye level, someone say. So yeah, I don't think that looks too bad at all. I'm saying I've got to hoover up and tidy up and finish the landscape off, but I just want to give you a quick look. I'll try to see if that won't need too dizzy of what it all looks like in place now. Well, I do hope you enjoyed that video, everyone. Hopefully it didn't go on for too long and I didn't waffle for too long. I'd just like to thank all my subscribers for subscribing, especially new ones. A big welcome to all my new subscribers who've really subscribed to me. Really much appreciate that. Hopefully with some more videos to come, obviously mainly on the layout, but as you see I do film of any visits to heritage railways and anything else what you might find interesting. I'll put up as well, but obviously try and mainly concentrate on that. But yeah, thank you all for joining me anyway. I really do appreciate that. And obviously same for everyone, if you did like the video, please do hit that like and thumbs up button. Really would appreciate that, get the channel going still. And obviously if you could like and share video and subscribe, and consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. I'll really appreciate that as well. And just one more little thing is this week we've been able to, well, this is filming this on Sunday night, so yeah, technically next weekend, all being well, I should be having a weekend with my good friend Alan from Buckland Junction. Hi Al. and Mark from Hemel Model Railway. Hi Mark. Should be coming down to visit as well, so we should be having a little bit of a training this weekend. So hopefully there may well be some videos for that on all our channels. Please do look out for them. And hopefully, I'll see you all soon. And bye for now.